Good morning in Asia. Robert Heffernan with EndoTech. This is Blockchain Vitals. It's our daily show talking cryptocurrencies, blockchain assets, things traded in the matrix. And after an explosive rally on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, kind of inside ranges and not much to talk about. And Monday's action, no bueno, especially for Bitcoin. But there's a really key level and that we've been keying on for weeks now. And we're going to talk about that in the vital section. But before we do that, let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, it's my chance to talk about maybe some headlines I see in the news, something that's piqued my interest. And there it is right away for you. This out of BTC Manager. And I wanted to bring this one up because two things here. Two things. First of all, we've talked about adoption as a key to long-term price success in any one of these digital assets. And that headline, Argentina Public Transport System now accepting Bitcoin. Now, our friends at Athena Bitcoin, who I've talked about before, multiple ATM machines in Argentina, South America really becoming a hotbed for cryptocurrency use and adoption. You got Dash and Bitcoin in Venezuela massively being adopted. And this is interesting to me, though, because this is a government agency, Argentina Public Transportation System, accepting Bitcoin. And what it kind of tells me is that even in the public sector, they do not trust the central bank to make sure that their currency doesn't implode again. And we've seen Argentina's currency implode multiple times over the past couple of decades. We've seen it in Brazil. Obviously, we see it ongoing in Venezuela. And maybe people are hedging here, and right-minded people in the public sector are hedging against that by saying, you know what, let's start transacting in this digital currency. And we can always very easily and quickly change it to fiat. And we don't even have to change it to the Argentina peso, right? We can change it to dollars or yen, or we can hold any fiat currency you want, or we can just hold it in Bitcoin, or we could transfer it into Litecoin if that's what suits their fancy. Anyways, it tells me that this adoption story is going to continue. And when you're seeing public entities in countries where they have had a history of fiat currency failure, it just tells me that the longer term story, no matter what the short term price action is, the longer term story is that the public blockchain and public decentralized crypto networks are here to stay. All right, listen, let's take the vitals and talk about it. You know, this week we're talking about Bitcoin. And for your viewing pleasure, Bitcoin right now at Bitfinex trading 36.58 in Bitcoin, 36.33 upmo on the daily, just hanging there ever so precariously, hanging above upmo. But you know, it wouldn't surprise me to see them take that out. It's not acting incredibly strong. You have a fairly big value range from last week. And more importantly, and I'm not sure I covered it last night on the weekly segment, we talked about a lot of strength and what those levels on the weekly and the monthly were on strength. But what about on weakness? And this week, lower momentum on the weekly comes in at 35.41. 35.41. Last week it was 33.50, so the explosive week that they had has brought that level up considerably. Couple $100 now, 35.41, and I'm telling you right now, if you are a Bitcoin bull, you do not want to see Bitcoin settle back below 35.41, back into weekly lower momentum. Now we could take out this up momentum on the daily, and you know the daily average center line there at 35.41. How about that? Identical to the weekly lower momentum level, 35.41. I love when synergies show up on different time frames, important levels. So that's the area I'm keying off of on weakness in Bitcoin. 35.41, let me say it one more time, 35.41. If they close the week below there, and believe me, it's only Tuesday in Asia. Good morning in Asia. So a lot of week to go here. And we will see how it shakes out. All right, listen, I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd, and we will cover some more of these assets on the Blockchain Vitals sheet. So thank you very much for watching on YouTube, and see you later, YouTube.